So welcome everybody. Thanks so much for those of you that have jumped on live tonight. And I know lots of you had asked for a recording for a whole range of reasons. So that's exactly what I'm doing. So hopefully my desire is tonight is that something comes out of what I share that gives you a little bit more confidence in belief in what's possible within your business, and some skills and some ideas about how we can go about sharing this incredible business that is Arbonne. And obviously all of us on the line have had our differences at our businesses at different stages. Some are a team of one, some have built a team, some are looking to really continue to build their teams from the number that they're at now and expand from there. So really that's what tonight is about. And I guess where I wanted to start when I was thinking about this and when thinking about sharing, you know, my passion and some ideas around sponsoring, is I always like to go back to the beginning. So I would like us each to have a think about on the call, what has Arbonne gifted you? So what is it that Arbonne has given you in your life? Now, whether that is that you've been in the business for 6 weeks or 6 years, I know each and every one of us have got some cool things that we can share that Arbonne has given us. And why did you start your Arbonne business? So think back to that decision-making time, and what was it that made you go, this is for me? What was it, the one thing that really drove you to start your business? And a little bit unusual for this, and I promise I won't put too many people on the spot, but what I'd really love is, I know it's early in the session, but I'd really love a couple of people to be brave enough to come off mute and share just in a few words, what is it that Arbonne's given you, and why did you start your Arbonne business? Who wants to be brave there? Come on. Leanne, you can talk, darling. What has Arbonne given you, my friend?
Well, it's given me lots of beautiful friendships. It's given me an income. It's giving me a brand new car tomorrow. It's given me really security, which I didn't know I needed when I first started this. I actually didn't even know I needed this opportunity, but I absolutely needed this opportunity. So I'm really grateful every day that Martine, offered it to me, even though she knew I had the most resistance probably of all of her friends for many reasons, as you all know my story. But it's given me definitely friendships, definitely incredible income. It's given me a purpose, and it's allowed me to almost create myself as well, and share what I'm passionate about. So, yeah, it's given me a lot. So I didn't expect any of that when I started.
No.
And the personal development didn't expect any of that either. So the person I am now is completely different to the person who I was nearly 9 years ago. So forever grateful.
Beautiful. Thank you, darling, for sharing that. That's awesome. There's some great stuff in your little gift box, that's for sure. Anybody else feeling like they'd like to pop off and share? So we're all friends here. No, there's no right or wrong answer. Why has Arbonne gifted you? Who's coming off mute? I heard somebody talking. Oh, was that you, Loretta? Go, Loretta, darling. Talk to us.
Okay. I didn't know if anyone else was coming off mute at the same time. Given me a really supportive group of people around me that I didn't think that I could fit any more people in my life. I was so busy. But, the people that I've met through the business are people that I really love to be around for so many different reasons. We're all so different, but everyone really does make you feel like you are bringing something to the table. It's not even through people that are connected to me directly, but just within our organisation. So that's really beautiful. Yeah. And it's actually, I didn't realise it, but I've been speaking to a few people about this, but it's given me the opportunity with both of my boys going to be in school full time, a choice to work 3 days a week rather than 5, which is really cool. So it's something that started, it's just small over the last few years, but now looking back and thinking, wow, I can actually choose if I'm going to do 3 days a week or 5. That's really cool. I'm happy about that.
Choice, there's power in that, thank you, Loretta, for being brave enough to share, honey. That's awesome, just awesome. And one other, who else was that they'd like to share?
I will, Amy.
Thanks, Joyce. What's it giving you, my darling?
Oh, we'd need like the rest of the year. So I think that's why we're all kind of like, what do you say? But I mean, I joined because I had this love at first sight with the product.
Yeah.
And it was really that, you know, that gut feeling or your heart. And I actually learned last week that your gut actually tells your brain what to do, which was really from a naturopath, which was, you know, kind of like really was sensational there. But from that feeling of something feeling really comfortable and right, as in, you know, it was very relative, it felt like me, has come a lot of growth. And with growth, like Leanne was saying, like we don't even know, you know, it's just really hard to explain what we're going to get, because you don't get that in the beginning.
Yeah.
But what comes from that, from all this growth and enjoyment and learning, comes more control. And I think control over our lives, and that's what I've really heaps of stuff.
Yeah.
Have received heaps of stuff, but really that sense of control and that ongoing thing that, you know what, we got this kind of thing, you know.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you, Josie. That's amazing. And just, you know, each of those stories, and thank you, ladies, for sharing, because I know it's a safe group, but it's still putting your hand up. So I really do value and appreciate that. So thank you for offering that to me tonight and to the rest of us. You know, I think it's really important just to go to a place of, you know, why did I start? Why did I choose to be a part of this? And really from there, it's a question of having a look at what is it that makes us unique and special. There are lots of things. But how many other special and unique people do we know that deserve this incredible opportunity that has gifted us all so much? And I think what happens sometimes is we get in our heads, I know I do, we get in our heads when we come to share the business opportunity. We get stuck in our head around, what are they going to think of me? They don't need this business. They're too smart, too funny, too pretty, too skinny, too beautiful, too wealthy, too busy, too whatever you want to call it. And it's actually all a load of rubbish. It's actually just what we tell ourselves. And it's actually not our right or our business to decide for someone whether or not they are worthy of us sharing this opportunity with them. Now, the reality of it is none of us really know what is happening behind the doors in someone else's family. None of us really know what is genuinely happening for so many people in our community at the moment, that we know that this business could make an enormous difference to them and their family. And it's about recognising the gift that we have to offer, and some beautiful words we use there. You know, words like friendships and control and choice. And, you know, the theme really for me was a sense of choice and of freedom, and of I can actually be the master of my own life. I can create the life I want for myself. And I don't know anyone that doesn't deserve to at least hear that there is an opportunity that can provide it for them. You know what? If we offer it, it's not for them, that's all cool. We did our bit. I always like to think of Arbonne as a beautiful gift box like that one on the first with a beautiful bow on it. I'm just offering it to people, whether it be in the guise of the product or the business opportunity. If they don't want that gift, that's okay. I'll graciously take it back and I'll find someone else to offer it to. Because I don't see that it's about me. Now, what I never want, and I reckon if you guys looked in your hearts, you'd feel the same way. I never want someone I come across, whether it be someone that's incredibly close to me or someone that I've just bumped into along the way in my journey, as we all do meeting people, to ever look at me and say, Aim, why didn't you tell me? I needed it. Why didn't you tell me? And my theory is I'm just going to share it. And if you don't want it, that's okay. But I don't want on my conscience that someone that I know really needs this. This could be the difference for them in terms of being able to make more choices. Or truth be told, be able to put food on the table. You know, I always remember when I first started my business, and it was what really unlocked my desire to share with as many people as I was a beautiful brand new consultant of mine. Received her first check, and every time I tell this story I feel I'm going to cry, but I'm with a safe team, so it's all good. But she received her first check and she rang me in tears. We'd only done one presentation and a couple of outside orders, and I said, why are you crying, darling? And she said, oh, my check's $380. And I said, oh, did you think it would be more? And she said, no, now I know how I'm going to feed my boys this week, because I didn't know how I was going to pay for groceries. Now for me, that's it. That's what it says to me in terms of we've got something in our hands whether it be ability to pay for groceries, ability to pay the mortgage, ability to get out of a job they're not wanting to, just to have more in their lives. We have this amazing gift to offer. So what I do is I get you to look within yourself, within your heart, and realise you have everything it takes to share this business with someone from your heart to theirs. Everything you'd ever need. I promise you, you do. And everything, and every step along the way, you will have a sideline, an upline, a sister line, someone that will help you through the process. You don't have to feel on your own with it. But know that go back to that place of the last thing any of us on this want to be is greedy, yeah, or selfish. It's not our nature. So look at it that way. Oh, yeah, that's right. What about if I really needed it and I didn't offer it? So that's a little bit from my heart to yours about why I think it's really important. And I think before we go into the nuts and bolts, which is what I'm going to do in a moment, and I'll work through them, it's just some ideas and some touch points we can use to engage with people. But before we do that, I actually want to just to start with a moment of focusing on what you love. I want you to think about what is it you really love about Arbonne. So if we are out in the world and we genuinely want to build our business, yeah, we want to bring on consultants, we understand that bringing on new consultants in our business, it builds QV, it builds volume, it means we expand our networks, all of that awesome stuff's happening. But if you're hearing all this, but the voice in your head still going, yeah, but I haven't managed to do it before, and I really need somebody on my team, you know what I need? Guess what, guys? Not very attractive. Energy's a bit stinky. People are like, well, you're desperate. There's a reason for that. So my advice is, and I know the other leaders will, I'm sure, will know and agree with this, to come from a place of what do you love? What do you love about Arbonne? Is it this? Is it this amazing community of women you get to work amongst? I know for me that, I mean, you know, as crazy as it is, I was super excited to come and sit here and talk with you guys tonight because I love that energy. It fuels me. The community. Is it the product? Like me, do you I just bloody love the product. Like the RE9, I thought I loved the old stuff. The new stuff's just blowing my head off at the moment. And I love it every time I use it. So focus on the things about your Arbonne business that feel great, what makes you feel good. This is going to raise your vibration and people are going to be attracted to you because people want to hang out with people that are passionate and enthusiastic and loving what they're doing. So really it's about coming from that place. And rather than oh God, I need more team, there are people waiting for you right now to be brave enough to ask them. They just don't know it yet. And you might know who they are. You just got to get out there in the world and chat to people and find them. And the first time that someone turns to you and says, thank you for bringing this business into my life, whoosh, you can hear that 100 times and never get sick of it, 1,000,000 times and never get sick of it, because that's the reality. Imagine being able to offer all of this to someone else, yeah? So that's really what I want you to do. And before we move on to the nuts and bolts, I just want to have a quick moment where I'm going to do, hopefully this works, it mightn't work. I wanted to show all of you to each other. I just want you to have a look at the faces on the screens, yeah? On the screen, the women that have joined us tonight. And I want you to think about how awesome each and every one of you are. And the qualities that the women, don't look at yourself because we're going to go, oh, I don't know about her. But everybody else, right? Think about the qualities that they have. What are the qualities that you admire in Leanne? Now, I know for me, Leanne for me is, she's, well, pulling funny faces, but if I'm talking about my business, why do I want a Leanne in my business? Well, Leanne is fiercely loyal. She's hardworking. She's got grit and determination and the most phenomenal ability just to work her way through stuff. She's got grit, baby. She's got grit. And then I look at other faces on the screen. I look at beautiful Kate there with darling Willa on her shoulder. God love you for being on. I know she ain't sleeping, right? But I look at Kate and think, you know what? Kate is doing it. She's here. She's on the call with her baby on her knee. She has an incredible work ethic. You know, you don't get to be a successful nurse the way Kate hasn't been without it. I look at beautiful Vanessa with her heartfelt, the way she walks into a room and the room just lights up. I mean, I always want to hang out with Vanessa. Beautiful Abby, who is vulnerable and kind and generous. And I could go through all of you, but we'd be here all night. I adore all of you. I could think of 50 things I love about all of you. But what I want to... Oh, sorry, go.
I was just going to say, I this week making this decision about year schooling, it's a sidetrack, but there is a reason for me bringing this story up. But most of you know I'm trying to work out which school for year for next year, and I suddenly went, oh well, you know, Amy's children go to Craigburn, and it's like, well, she's my family. She's absolutely like my family, and you go where family go. Like family sticks together. And so that was like, well, that's where I've got to go. I've got to go to Craigburn because that's where my family are. And it was just like, oh, now without Arbonne, I don't think I would have had, I mean, Amy and I have always worked together for a long time. We've always had a strong connection, but I do think Arbonne creates families.
Yeah.
And that's another little layer to what's special about this. You've got to stick with family.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
And as a quick little side note with regards to that, because everyone here I think this is super cute. So my Lockie is in reception. He went to each of the 3 reception teachers today and told them that his friend Yuri was starting at school next year and that they had to keep an eye out for him. I love it. Okay, so we soaked it. But what I want to get back to is this. So what I want you to think about, all of those beautiful things that we know and love about each other, what are the 3 qualities that you want in your team? Those that aren't in your team yet, what are the qualities that are really important to you? Can you just jot down for me the first 3 words that come to your mind? Who do you want to work with? When you do a Zoom like this with all the faces and they're all your team, your organisation, what are the common things that you want them to have, those 3 qualities? And the next step, once you've got those 3, and the key to this is don't overthink it, yeah? Because what I want you to do next, and this is the bit where resistance is going to go, you want me to do what? I just want you to open your mind and think about, literally just clear your mind, big deep breath. Who are the first 5 people you think of that you know that aren't already in your Arbonne business that have those qualities? Jot their names down. Don't let the block come. Because she's 2, he's 2. Smart, funny, rich, whatever we tell ourselves. With a little hand up, can you let me know when you've got 5 names? Just so I've given you all enough time. I love the thinking face. What about a hand up when we've got 3? Okay, good. We'll start with 3. 3's good. Okay, we've got 3. Leonie's got 5. She's always the teacher's pet. How are we doing? I know what happens, yeah? It happens to me too. Oh, I've already spoken to her. Oh, no, she wouldn't be interested. Don't do that to yourself. Just jot the names down. Okay. So as I go through the next few slides, I want you to think about those people and how they might fit into the picture that I'm painting in terms of how to go about exposing people to the idea of Arbonne. I just really wanted to start from a place of feeling good, thinking about who it could be, and then while we're talking about these options, it might seem a little less daunting because you kind of know who you're thinking of, yeah? And it's often the people we don't expect it to be too. So sometimes we need to think a bit further afield than we do initially. All right, these 3 little stats actually came out of Martine's presentation the other night. I stole them. I don't think she'll mind. I don't know if she's listening. Sorry, Martine. I reckon you'd be all right with it. Did you know now that 1 in 4 people have to work into their 80s? 1 in 4? 80s? Holy moly. That 82% of women who earn above $100,000 a year are in network marketing. And this stat blew my mind. Every 10 seconds, someone in the world joins a network marketing company. 10 seconds. Talk about an industry that's going through the roof. So what do you reckon? There is number one reason why people don't join your business? Because you didn't ask them. The number one reason. And I've had it happen to me time and time again. I've thought of someone, I've chickened out, I haven't reached out to them. Lo and behold, I was right. They'd be perfect in network marketing, but guess what? They joined someone else's business before I got to talk to them. Oh, I hate that. I don't want that to happen to you. So if someone is on your list if someone meets the qualities you're looking for, I will guarantee you they're on someone else's list too. Probably not someone in Arbonne. So you want to be able to get out there and start talking to people. This information, I guess, was just some good information to go into the mindset. There has never been a better time to be part of our Arbonne business because of these things, but also brand new now stabilised system. Phenomenal, not only up until now, but a continuing plan around opening new markets, opening our globe up is extraordinary. The fantastic, incredible new RE9, and it's still new. We can still very much talk about it as new and sharing that with people. The people that step into our business now are super lucky because they've got great foundation and support, amazing training available for them, phenomenal product to share. It is truly, 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 Leanne's nodding, I'm sure, on the inside, it is the very best time to be a part of this business. So let's have a think about how we can share our beautiful opportunity with people. And what I'm going to chat with you a little bit tonight is a thing called exposures, yeah? So exposures is just some of the snippets of information and the different way we can help share what it is that we do with people to help them establish whether this business is a fit for them or not. And what I've done tonight is I've pulled from a whole heap of resources, just some ideas around some of the things that you can do to engage with people, to share with them about what it is that you do, to see if it might be fit for them. The first one is if I meet somebody, my suggestion is if I connect with someone, the first thing that I want to do, and I'll use an example, when we were away in Victoria, we stayed in a hotel and the beautiful girl behind the desk and I got chatting, and I had said that we were from Adelaide, and she explained that she was moving to Adelaide in a few weeks' time. Now, she was just beautiful. So I grabbed her contact details and the first thing I did was I added her on Facebook. Because what I want to do is I want her to get a sense of who I am. So part of what I would suggest as a bit of a call to action from tonight is have a look at your Facebook page, outside looking in as an outsider. Are you reflecting a positive frame of mind? Are you showing, without blowing smoke up people's skirt, but are you showing that you're living a life of choice, that you're focused on your family, that you're focused on things that you're passionate about? Are you staying away from commenting on things in a negative way? Perhaps getting too political on Facebook? Are you sort of really being mindful of what is the face that you're putting out to the world? Because I will guarantee you people are watching. So this is sort of one of the first things that I like to do. It gets people to have a feel of who I am, and I get a bit of feel for that and start liking some of their things. They can do the same, and it sort of starts to build that bit of background rapport with people without actually having to do too much. So that's one of the first things that I would definitely recommend if you're not doing already, to do that. The second thing is very much about the product experience, because at the end of the day, all of us that are passionate and impassioned about this business come from a place of sharing the product because we use it, because we love it. Yeah, that's where that whole concept of was is we're sharing as opposed to selling, because we would be telling people about this business anyway and this skincare anyway, but now we're just doing it in a more structured format. So really simply organising to pop over and share the product with somebody. I remember Martine and I were giggling about it, and Leanne, you and I have talked about it before as well, you know, the whole concept of going around to do a one-on-one with products, but really it's kind of a business chat, because that's kind of what you end up talking about, weaving into the conversation a lot. So do that. And you know what? The best case scenario is they want to join your business or hear more. The worst case scenario is you get a client out of it. I reckon that's a pretty good outcome. So certainly I think that that's a really important way of creating yet another exposure to our contacts, to who we come into contact with. A business recording. Now, I reckon you guys would agree, we have more tools available for us now than we have ever had before from within this beautiful community. And what I love is that we're all led by heart, but we're all quite different. So my advice is to think about when you contact with somebody and they want to know more about what it is that you do, think about who you think, based on their age, their experience, where they're at, their mindset, all those sorts of things, who are they going to best connect to, and utilise a recording from within the community to send through to them. Really, sometimes I find if someone says to me, so what it is that you do, it's kind of hard on the spot to explain it without saying too much, without vomiting up on them. So sometimes it's actually really nice to give them a snippet. If they're interested, say, you know what, I could send you a recording that shares a bit more about what I do. Would you be open to have a watch of it? When they say yes, send it and follow them up. make sure we put a structure in place to follow them up once you've sent that information. So I know Josie did a beautiful live that was recorded the other day. I've got one that my team has been using. I know Leanne's got a couple of fantastic ones. Vanessa, I'm sure you've got one floating around the place somewhere. If you haven't, I reckon they're one who's not too far away. I know that throughout the community, I know Pet, that you would definitely have one that could be shared. So know that the resources available to you, and that new Martine's Q&A one is a bit special as well. So know that there's lots of options. It's about tailoring the option to the person that you're chatting to. So this is just some verbiage, just a bit of an example. Don't get hung up on the words. But if someone says to me, hey, Amy, what is it that you do? I might say something like, I've got my own online business and I support others to build a business that offers them income and more choices in their lives. And they could easily say, they'll probably say, oh, that sounds great, but what on earth is that? You know what? I'd love to send you a little video which explains in more detail what it is that I do. I could do a hell of a lot better job on that than what I'd be able to do standing here with you. Would you like to take a look? Ask for permission. As I said, don't get hung up on the words. You'll find the right way to come out of it. But that's just a bit of an idea, because I don't know about you, but everywhere you go, people ask you what you do. I love it when people ask me what I do. I ask them in the hope that they'll ask me. It's a good way to get the conversation flow happening. If they say, oh, no, thanks, it's actually all good, yeah? I'm going to say this a couple of times because I really want it to sink in. It's not personal. It's just not. It's business. It's all good. Let them know, you know what, Flossie, that's absolutely fine. Should anything ever change and you'd like to hear more, I'm always here. And then change the subject. Oh my goodness, hasn't today been beautiful? I'm just loving the fact that the sun's out at the moment. Be cool. Keep the conversation going. Don't get creepy. Don't get flustered. You might be doing it on the inside and then you ring out and said, no, that was so rude. But at the time, you just want to be cool, man. Yeah? It's all good. It's all good. And I promise it'll come back around. It mightn't be that they ever join your business, but they might be looking for a product and think of you. They might be willing to host for you down the line. They might refer you to somebody. So it's just about in that moment. If someone says no, it's a not right now, and it's okay. They're allowed to say no. They're actually allowed to say no. If they say yes, that's even better. Yes, they'd like to have a look at the recording. Let them know you're going to be sending it to them. Have a chat with them about when do you think you'd be able to watch it, and let them know, make a time with them that you can follow it up. And the reason that's always making a time to follow up is so important after any touch point with someone is it allows you to feel professional. You then put a note in your diary. You said you're going to reach out to them on Tuesday at 2 o'clock, so you reach out to them at Tuesday at 2 o'clock. You're not second guessing yourself. Oh God, if I waited too long, she's going to give me a watch. She's going to think of me. Do you get what I mean? Set it up, make it professional, follow them up when you say you're going to. This is way too many words, yeah, but I just want to give you a bit of a feel. Follow up at the agreed time, step 1. Everybody's Flossie to me, by the way. For those of you who aren't in my team, my imaginary team member is Flossie. She always has been, she always will be. One day I'm going to get a Flossie in my team and then I'll have to change the name. But it's literally just text message, voicemail, Facebook private message, however you want to do it. When you agree to follow them up, hey Flossie, have you had a chance to watch that video yet? Keep it light, keep it simple. 2 days, if you haven't heard anything back, just checking, did you get my message? If no response, leave it for a week. Let people breathe. Again, know that it's not personal. They're all super busy, so are we. A week later, I just do a really quick follow up. Hey, Floss, have you had a chance to watch that video yet? If nothing, wait another week. Give them some breathing room. I would then go back in with I just wanted to see if you were interested in learning more about what I do in Arbonne. If so, I'd love to connect with you. If not, I sort of want to annoy you, so just let me know either way, darling. Most people at that point in time will say yay or nay. If at any stage in the process, I know I've said it before, I'm just going to go through it again quickly. If they say no, it's okay. Just do it with grace. Let them know the door's always open. Be cool, smile, change the subject, and move on. It's all good, yeah? It's not personal, and if you can stay professional, they are far more likely to be open to you in the future, yeah? And I know it's hard when we get our hearts and our sights set on somebody if the answer is no. It's okay. Keep the door open. There's a good chance they'll come back around. If Leanna packed up her bat and her ball the first time she engaged with me about Arbonne, I wouldn't be sitting here now. Because God love her, I made her do it for 3.5 years.
And I tried to keep it cool. Like I tried.
You were so cool, baby. You were so cool. I didn't even know you were on.
I was like, you could do this, and that was all it was. You could do this. It'd be awesome. And I just kept on drip feeding her because I knew Amy was worth every moment of me thinking about her joining. I knew she was the caliber of ENVP, so it was just worth me being patient. But you were right; I had to be cool about it because
Yeah.
I didn't want to bombard you.
Be like Fonzie, man. Just be cool about it. It's all good. And I think what's important too, and I don't know if you guys have heard it, I've certainly heard, I've just got oh, thanks, Claire. It's just important to know that it is just a matter of one step at a time, planting lots of seeds, knowing you're going to talk to lots of people. I can't tell you, and the ladies on the call that have been in the business for a while be exactly the same. I can't tell you the amount of times I've heard EMVPs say literally that they had someone fire them up for years before they said yes. So they said no so many times before eventually the timing was right for them to say yes. So don't stalk people, don't hound people, but keep them in the loop. Keep the information flowing their way, because you just never know when something's going to shift and change. And keep an eye out. That connection on Facebook's really important. If someone's not quite ready now, but you've noticed that their life is changing, just reach out. Hey, how you going? Hope you're really well. Goodness gracious, you've got another little one on board now. Life must be super crazy. Keep that connection going. And don't ever make someone feel like the only reason you're reaching out to them is about Arbonne. Yeah, it's about building relationships. And as Leanne said, these people become your family when they do ultimately join your business. So treat your family well, yeah? Treat them with respect and love on them. Live face-to-face events. Now, so I've touched on, I guess, some things that we can do a bit more passively, a bit more face-to-face, a bit more small room. I love our live ABEs. I genuinely do. You'll never find me not at one. I think unless my leg fell off, and even then I'd just hobble, like I'd be there, yeah? It's just part of what we do. And our community ABEs are a phenomenal way to expose people to this beautiful culture that we have. And I think what's really cool about being in that room is A, the energy that we emit together, because holy moly, it's like a different frequency. And B, they can connect and look around the room and connect to more of us and see, oh, goodness, she's a teacher, I'm a teacher. Oh, that's interesting. And did you know so-and-so over there? It helps to build that connection. And once you've done the things we've just chatted about, once you've offered someone a product experience, they might have watched a recording. This is a really beautiful way to funnel them in and get them to bring some guests along with them. So they've had some exposure. This is a really great way to introduce them, I guess, to the next stage of who we are. And on a side note, I wouldn't be me if I didn't mention this. These events are super important to commit to for your own personal business. Leanne's often said that it's her church. It's where she goes to worship at the ground of Arbonne, and no disrespect to those that do go to church, but it is that experience where we reconnect with. I join every single time. I love it. So get in the room. And talking about getting in the room, do you like this segue? Da-da! There is an event happening next week. And how gorgeous is that new invite? Oh, it is so crisp and clean and beautiful. It makes me very happy. Next Tuesday night, the 4th of July, West Lakes Resort, Be There, Be Square. It is actually a brand new presentation that Leanne and Martin are presenting to us, with some phenomenal information in there, very much connecting with the economy at the moment, what's happening that's phenomenal in our business, really about helping people to connect with why this opportunity could well be for them. So be sure to come along and be sure to bring some guests with you. It's going to be a great event, and I'm super excited about that one. Live online events are really fantastic too. So if you want to engage someone with a bit more of a community style event, but there isn't a live one happening, don't wait, guys. Don't wait for 4 weeks to invite someone to a live event. Create something. And if there isn't a live online event and you've got someone that you want to get on it, create one. Talk to your upline. I thank you, Ms. Martine. I like adding that to my training. Thank you for giving it to me. But, talk to your upline. So, you know what, I've got 2 or 3 girls I'm really keen to get in front of the information. I'm free on Wednesday night. Are you free on Wednesday night? Can we just put on an impromptu live Zoom and I can invite them to jump on? That's okay. Don't feel like you've got to wait for anything, and you can do one-on-ones or small groups. Talking about the one-on-ones and small groups, there is really a lot of conversation and buzz at the moment around doing in-home business chats. I know that Leanne and Lou and Martine and Joyce, I'm sure as well, in the early stages of your business, this was absolutely fundamentally where the businesses were built from. They were built around dining tables and around lounge suites. And the reality of it is, guys, your friends, your contacts will be far more likely to come to your house than they will be to go to someone else's house, or even sometimes to go to a larger scale event. I absolutely, and one of my calls to action is exactly this. I absolutely would encourage making this a part of your business. It doesn't matter if you only get one person, 2 people, 3 people. To start with, it's actually okay to say, I haven't done one of these before. Get your upline and sister line to come along with you and engage with some people to come along and just say, you know what, I'd love to share it with you, and it's the first time I'm doing it, and having a friendly face there would be amazing. Another way to go about it, and a really powerful way to go about it, and a way to sort of remove that question mark from what you're doing, is to square your shoulders and tell people the truth. I love my Arbonne business, and I'm building it now. And I genuinely believe that everyone deserves a right to hear the information about this business that has offered my family and I so much. I'm sharing some information at my home on Wednesday night. I would love it if you could come along and have a glass of bubbles with me and hear about it. I'd say yes. Would you say yes? Yeah. Someone I knew and it was around the corner and they promised me a glass of wine, yeah, I'd go. So, you know that those events are incredibly powerful. And I know the resistance comes with actually, you might think, oh God, my house is not very tidy. That's okay. Tidy it just from the front door to where people walk. That's what I do when I have people here. I just shut all the doors, shove everything in, shut all the doors and cupboards and stand at the front door and go, right, what can they see? That's the bit I'm worried about. It doesn't have to be perfect. But know that this is the way we do our business, guys, isn't it? Look at us all now, sitting in our bedrooms, our offices, our lounge rooms, wherever we are. That's the reality of it. Invite people into that space. Allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to do that. Reach out to a sister line or an upline and you create a plan around that, because I guarantee you that will build your confidence and it will see your team build. And if you've got 5 people in the room and 3 people joined, if you just think for a moment, what could 3 rock stars do for your business? A lot. A lot. So do it. Super exciting. I can't guarantee it enough. Now, I can't believe I get to announce this. I'm almost at the end, by the way. I know I've probably talked too much. I do have a tendency to do that. This is exciting. Now, people are chatting to me. I can't do 2 things at once. Shut the door. Yes. It is gold, isn't it, Sheree? Yeah, just shove everything in and just shut the doors. That's what I do. And tell people you must not go in there or stuff will fall on your head. Right, this is exciting, right? I was chatting to Martine about this day, and I feel so privileged that she was going to let me give you guys a sneak peek tonight. Martine wants to celebrate each and every you, so each and every one of you. So she's actually devising the concept of a Thrive Nations Achievers Dinner. The qualifying period is June. Yes, June, like the month that we're in. So probably good time to get your skates on, I reckon, if you haven't done already. July and August. Who wants a seat at the table? I want to hand it. Wait. Right. So this is, if you want, someone's saying me, I reckon, is that what that chat's about? Woo, woo. Oh, yes, Martine would love to celebrate you all. So these are the things that we are looking to achieve to get a spot at the table. So over the 3 months, the top 3 sponsors, as you can see at the top there, which is why it's really relevant to what we're chatting about tonight. So the top 3 sponsors of independent consultants over 250 PQV, and the top 3 sponsors of PCs over 150 PQV over the full 3 months. So the top 3 in that. Anybody that achieves a 25,000 you and you incentive over that period of time in any one of the months, if you achieve a bonus, a management bonus in any one or all of the 3 months, or DM, AM or VP bonus, how cool is that? If you promote to the next level and if you earn a promotion booster. So have a look at that list, work out which is the one that you've got your eyes set on, and let's go for it. Because I don't know about you, but I really want to be at that dinner. Martine is going to share some more details on the Facebook page, but really just wanted to share with you guys and to offer just another little bit of an incentive that now is the best time to really be looking at building your business, and in particular sponsoring. That's how cool would that be? Okay, last slide. Woo, we said we couldn't do it. Call to action. Don't we love a call to action? So we've kind of already done this. Well, I hope we have at the start. We did some of our homework at the start, which I always like to do. And the first thing is if you haven't got 5 yet, I want you to, thank you, Miss Martin. If you haven't got 5 yet, I'd like you to have a little bit of a think about that. So switch your brain off a bit to take out that negative chit chat that happens in your head, tell it to sit down and really focus on who are those people that you would love to work with. The second thing that I'd love you to do is decide on what exposure would be best for them. Now you know where you're at with them. If they've never tried our product, hey, I reckon I'd start there, yeah? Let's get some product on their skin, let's do it that way. If they've tried the product and they love it, it might be a really great time to reach out and offer to send them a recording. If they've showed some interest in the business before and are loving our product and or all of the above, Tuesday night, get them in the room Tuesday night. I tell you, the energy in the room Tuesday night is going to be phenomenal. So for each of them, I just want you to write one exposure point next to them that you think is going to be most relevant to get them a little step further down their journey to Arbonne discovery. And what I would ask is that you commit that in the next 48 hours, so between now and Thursday night, that you would have reached out to each one of those 5 people through that level of the element of exposure that you've decided upon. And the fourth one, which I'm really excited about, is I would love for you to open your diary and lock arms with someone if you feel like you want to or you need to, and I get that, and come up with an in-house Arbonne Business Chat time sometime in the next 2 weeks that you're going to do at your home, that you invite people along to. Now, I guess what's really cool is I know we've got 2 weeks now before the school term ends, so you might like the idea of doing it before the school term ends, sort of, and then, you know, school term can become more about product and playing and having fun. So they are the 4 things that I would love you to do out of tonight's call for me, and I would dearly love for you to share those on the Thrive page so everyone gets a sense of what it is that you're doing so we can cheer you on, because I genuinely, honestly, in my heart to yours, believe you have everything it takes to build a beautiful and successful team in Arbonne. And if ever you're unsure of that, you talk to me or Jose or Leanne or Vanessa or Loretta or anybody on this call, and we will look you in the eye and say, girl, you got this. We got you back, yeah? We've all got what it takes. So now it's about taking it away out of our heads, out of, oh my God, I need more team, because that's attractive, yeah? That desperation, that white knuckling, you know what that does? That focus on lack. That focuses on what I don't have. Oh, the I need more team. What actually says to the universe is I don't have enough team, and that's what, you know, that heavy. As opposed to, I shared a little story with Martine today, and you're all going to think I'm bonkers, but you probably think that already. And I'd forgotten I'd done it, and I'm so doing it again because it worked. There was a month last year that every day I wrote in my journal, I am so grateful for the 4 rock stars that have joined my team in the month of, and I wrote the following month down, yeah? And I wrote it every day. Not I want to find, not I'm going to find, not I'm excited. I have found them. And guess how many people joined my team that month? Intention's pretty powerful, guys. Sounds crazy. I'm going to give it another go. I'll keep you posted how it works. Maybe try it too. What's the worst thing that could happen? Only 2 join? That'd be terrible. Okay, so there's a bit of a call to action, and all I'm going to leave you with is this beautiful mission statement, yeah? Because it gives me goosebumps every time, and I reckon it's what we're about. Arbonne, right here in Arbonne, is a place where ordinary people do extraordinary things every day to enhance not only their own lives, but the lives of so many others. You have the gift in your hand to enhance the lives of so many others. And I know you're in this business because you love to help people. I know our products are amazing. Let's help you with our products. But oh my goodness, what this business opportunity can do for people. Let's get out there, get out of our heads and share it from our hearts. So thank you so much to all of you on the call. I look forward to seeing what it is that you've taken from tonight, and I can't wait to meet all of your beautiful new rock stars and then join your teams. I know you're going to be brave and you're going to get out there and share. I'm just going to stop the recording, and then I promise to stay on so anyone that wants to have a bit of a chat can. So let me just work out how to do that. Thanks everyone watching the recording.